Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this huge, awesome looking wooden mansion. And this thing might be big, it might look complicated, but it's actually incredibly easy to make. You guys will find that out a little bit later on. There's lots going on here. We have a garage, we have multiple balconies, both on top of the garage and on top of the front of the house. Anywhere we go around the house, we have a mix between outdoor and indoor. As you can see on the sides of the house, we also have another additional balcony. The same can be found on the opposite side as well. And this house does not fall apart when we reach the back, because as you can see, the back is at least as detailed as the front. It looks fantastic. This is a great addition to any of your worlds, and of course it is incredibly big. You can fit an insane amount of stuff in this mansion, so I don't know what you guys could possibly be waiting for. You should probably start building this thing right now. If you do enjoy this sort of stuff, guys, please do remember to like the video. I really appreciate that. Subscribe for more content. If you subscribe, say hello down there in the comment section, and also please do click the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all of my stuff sent directly to your sub box. But without any further ado, let me show you how to make this glorious wooden mansion. If you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some spruce wood, some oak wood planks, some oak wood stairs, some dark oak stairs, some white stained glass blocks, some white stained glass panes, some dark oak wood slabs, some oak wood fence, and some dark oak fence. Plus, we need all of the other materials that you can see in the inventory right now, and there's a strong possibility that I've even forgotten some that we don't have right now, so we might have to even grab some later on. We'll have to see how good my memory is. So these are the materials that we'll need. Grab those as you can see them. Now, once you have those, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, and I can tell you that this mansion will fit in a 45 block, that is 45 blocks coming across the front of the build, by a 38 block area, that is 38 blocks going across towards the back of the build. That is the sort of area this mansion will fit in. If you extend the garden in any way, shape or form, or the front of the house, then you might find that it doesn't really fit into these parameters, but these are the base measurements for the mansion. Now, once you've figured out where you want to make it, and I would highly recommend digging out an area like this in your world so you can better plan this out, you're going to want to begin, if you do dig this out, on the front left-hand corner of the build. So, on the front left-hand corner of the rectangular shape that you've dug into the ground. Counting to the right of this corner block by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then move inwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Begin the build by placing a row of 9 spruce wood going to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then move backwards from this 9th block by 5 with your spruce wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then move to the right by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take that 6th block, extend it towards you by 2. 1, 2. Move right by 1. Then towards you by 2. 1, 2. Then move to the right by 8. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Move backwards by 2. 1, 2. To the right by 1. Backwards by 2. 1, 2. Move to the right by 14. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Like that. Then take a sideways view at what you have just made, like this. And you want to go right towards where the back of the build will be by 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then take that 8th block, extend it towards you by 1. Then do like an outward diagonal going to the right, coming towards you. Go right by 6, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, well, we've messed that count up, haven't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there we go. I do that so often. Then take that 6th block and do an inwards diagonal going to the right, so like inwards to the build. Go behind it by 1 block. Go right by 8, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. So what we now want to do is we want to take this 8th block right here and we want to drag it across the back of the build all the way to the right until it lines up perfectly with where we began this build in the first place. So like this, it wants to line up with that block that we have all the way over there, that first block in the row of 9. What we then want to do is we want to take this last block, the one that lines up perfectly, and we want to do 8 blocks coming towards the front of the build from that block. So that's to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Extend that 8th block towards you by 1. Do like a bottom right diagonal, so like coming towards you diagonally to the right. Go right by 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then do like an inwards diagonal to the right. go inwards by 1, then go to the right until you eventually connect all the way back to where you very first started. So you should end up with a build that should look exactly like this. So this is kind of the floor plan. This actually looks really cool to look at. I actually really like looking at that. There's something about that that's kind of cool. But that is the floor plan to our mansion. That is how we are going to set all of these things up. Okay, so now that we have the floor plan taken care of, we can now move on to the next part of this build, which is going to be adding in a little bit of detail. So we're going to play a game called Spruce, Oak, or Space, and we're going to start on the very front left-hand corner of our floor plan, which is the very first block that we placed. We're going to go on top of this block, and we're going to move around the build, and we're going to determine what block will go on top of which spruce wood. So, this very first spruce wood block that we placed, we want to place a spruce wood on top of it. We want to go right of that by 7 with our oak wood planks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then place a spruce wood going right. Move behind that spruce wood by 4 with your oak wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then place a spruce behind that. Go right of that by 1 with your oak wood. Then place a spruce, leave a space, place a spruce, then an oak wood, then a spruce. Place 2 oak wood planks in front of that. Go right by 1 with the oak wood planks. Come forwards by 1 with the oak. Then place a spruce wood. Go up on top of this spruce wood by 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a special row of spruce wood that is a little lower than the others. You can also do a row of oak wood planks to the right of that, coming upwards vertically like that. Going right of that, you can actually do a row of white stained glass pane, once again vertically coming upwards. Then do another row of oak wood planks coming up. Then leave a gap of 1 and do another row of oak wood planks coming up. Then a row of white stained glass, then a row of oak, then a row of spruce wood to give you this sort of effect. Now, once you've got that taken care of, we are now going to alter this ever so slightly because we're going to take this bottom left-hand corner spruce wood and we're going to extend it towards us by 3, so that's 1, 2, 3 with the spruce wood. We're going to go right by 1 and extend it towards us by 1. We're going to do the same thing from the opposite bottom right-hand corner, 1, 2, 3, inwards by 1, towards us by 1. We'll connect those together using oak wood stairs and then we'll fill that area in with oak wood planks. This will give us a nice little porch area. You can also decorate the outside, the spruce wood blocks, using oak wood fence. This will make a nice addition. Turn the spruce wood blocks any way that you would prefer to have them. I like them sideways, so I'm just going to alter that ever so slightly. Now, for the entrance of the build, we're going to place a spruce wood in front of the bottom 2 blocks that make up the entrance. I'm going to place dark oak fence on top of those. I'm going to place upside down dark oak wood stairs on top of that. And I'll connect them together using dark oak wood slabs at the top. Behind that, I'll use a white stained glass block, and then all we'll have to do is we'll just have to place a door in there. I would highly recommend the dark oak wood door as it is my favourite, but use your favourite basically. I'm just going to get rid of that and I'm going to get the dark oak fence again. And that is the entrance of your build. Now once you've got that taken care of, we can kind of continue on doing what we were doing. So, if we pick up back where we left off, which is just behind the entrance on the right, we want to, coming out of the back of the spruce wood, place 2 oak wood planks. 1, 2. Go to the right and place an oak wood. Move backwards, place an oak wood, followed by a spruce wood. Move to the right and place an oak wood, spruce wood, leave a gap, spruce wood, oak wood, then place a spruce wood. Then what you actually want to do is you want to leave this space open going all the way to the right until you hit the right hand side here, this corner block, and you want to place a spruce wood. The reason that we're leaving such a large gap is because we have a garage. Now if we move behind this spruce wood block that we placed on the corner coming across the right hand side, we want to come in backwards, place 2 oak wood, 1, 2, then a spruce wood, leave a gap, place a spruce wood, then place 2 oak wood, spruce wood, then place a spruce wood in front of that. Then coming around, we want to place 2 oak wood planks going to the right, spruce wood, gap, spruce wood, 2 oak wood planks. On this corner, a spruce wood, behind it, a spruce wood. Going right of that, 2 oak wood, spruce wood, gap, 2 oak, then 1 spruce wood, 2 oak wood, 1 spruce wood, to give you a pattern that should look like this. Now, as we come across the back of the house, and we do have an awfully long stretch here coming across the back of the house, don't we? It's quite a big build. We want to, coming across the back, going right of the spruce wood, we want to place 2 oak wood, 1 spruce, gap, 1 spruce, 2 oak wood, 1 spruce, 2 oak wood, 1 spruce, leave a gap, then place a spruce wood, then 2 oak wood, 1 spruce, 1 oak wood planks. Then what we're going to do is we're going to actually leave a gap of 3, and you can mark this out if you like with like glass pane or something, like 1, 2, 3. That's where the back entrance is going to be. We're then going to place an oak wood plank, then a spruce wood plank, then 2 oak wood, 1 spruce, leave a gap, 1 spruce, 2 oak wood, 1 spruce, 2 oak wood, 1 spruce, leave a gap of 1 spruce, 2 oak wood, 1 spruce. And just to look back at what we've just made, we should have a nice even pattern coming across the back. Yeah, that looks great. Now, coming to the left-hand side of the build, this is going to be identical to what we have over there. This is the last little bit of this. We want to go right of this spruce wood right here at the back corner, and we want to go right by 2 of the oak wood, 1, 2, then a spruce, then leave a gap, spruce, 2 oak wood, 1 spruce, move forward, place a spruce. On this front corner, place 2 oak wood planks going right, spruce, leave a gap, spruce, move to the right by 2 of the oak wood planks, place a spruce wood on this corner, move backwards by 1 of the spruce, then go right by 2 of the oak wood planks, 1 spruce, leave a gap of 1, spruce, 2 oak wood, 1 spruce, and then fill this gap in here with oak wood planks to give you something which should look a little bit like that. And that is exactly what you're after, guys. Once you've got that taken care of, we can now move on to the next bit. So, what we want to do here is we want to take every single one of those blocks, except for the empty blocks, we want to leave those empty. We want to go up on top of every spruce wood block and every oak wood block, and we want to add a row of 3 on top of them. So on top of the oak, for instance, 1, 2, 3. On top of the spruce, 1, 2, 3. You guys get the idea. We want to make all of those blocks as high as the rest of them. And that does not, as I've already said, that does not account for like the empty space blocks. Like the empty space blocks, we're going to use those later to create a little bit of a further detail, and that is where like glass and stuff is going to go. So you don't have to worry about those blocks just yet. We'll be sorting those out in just a moment once we've got this taken care of. As a matter of fact, we'll do all of this detail, and then we might even tackle some of the more detailed areas. We probably won't actually. What we'll do after this, more than likely, is we will add the second floor on to the house, and then we can start talking detail and stuff, and then the roof, which is going to be fun to do. Not really. Although the roof isn't actually complicated. The roof's like usually one of the worst bits for me to do in a tutorial. I usually hate doing the roofs, but this one actually isn't too bad. And remember that the glass at the back doesn't have to be extended up. That's just where the back entrance is going to be, for those of you that might have been wondering that. It will just make it easier to find later on as I try to explain some things later on. But yeah, just currently extending up all of these blocks. Not particularly too much fun, but what are you gonna do? This house does have quite a bit of detail in it, but it is easy detail. Very, very easy to add. And now that we've got this base layer of detail, we can work with this detail, and it'll make the second floor easier to do, and it'll just make everywhere easier to do from this point. Plus, the house will look a bit more attractive from the inside as well in doing it this way. So, going to leave that. We're going to leave that gap alone, and we're going to do 1, 2, and 3, and then we're just going to follow that same number of blocks going all the way around as we've done. I thought that there was an extra block there. As we have done before. So we're just going to have something which should look... Oh, we've just got this bit to do as well. I didn't realize we have this little indentation in the wall that that's not been taken care of. So I'm just going to add all of these up. And then what we will do is, once this has been taken care of and we have something which looks like that, that looks a little bit better, doesn't it, guys? It now looks as though that we have walls. What we now want to do is we want to add a layer of spruce wood directly on top of what we've just done. So directly on top of the framework of the house, we actually want to add a layer of spruce wood going all the way around the top of it. And this layer of spruce wood wants to go over the gaps that we were leaving for the windows. It wants to create a nice solid frame across the entirety of the house, and that does mean that we do not want to leave those gaps exposed throughout the house. We do want to cover those up, and you guys will see why we're going to be doing that in just a second. This is basically like the separation between the two floors, so you guys will see why we're doing this in just a second. It's going to put a nice frame on the ground floor, and you can even connect it like at the front, like going from left to right, but don't come around the front like where the entrance is, because that's got something going on completely different from everywhere else. So that is what you want to have, guys, and now I can tell you what we're going to be doing next. Okay, so now that that's taken care of, this is what we're going to do. Come to the very front left-hand corner of your house. You want to come all the way up to the top front left-hand corner piece of the framework. You want to move inwards by 1 to the right, and you want to place a row of 4 spruce wood coming up from this block. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do 3 upper right diagonals, 1, 2, 3, and then do 3 bottom right diagonals, 1, 2, 3. Connect downwards to give you this shape. You want to take this shape and you want to do the exact same shape if you come to the front right hand corner of your build, the top front right hand corner, move inwards by 1, place a row of 4 spruce wood coming up, 1, 2, 3, and 4, do 3 upper left diagonals, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 bottom left diagonals, 1, 2, 3. And then if you connect that third block down to the framework, you will create something which should look a little bit like this. So that is exactly what you want to have, guys. Now, once you've got that sorted out, this is what we want to do next. So if we come to the back of the house and we want to take the top upper back left-hand corner, we want to move inwards by 1, and we want to place a row of 4 coming up from this block, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if we come to the back right hand corner and we want to do a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks coming up from the same spot on the opposite side, what we now want to do, and this is not going to be that much fun, to be completely honest with you guys, it's not going to be very fun whatsoever. What we now want to do is we want to add in a lot of detail, quite a bit of detail here. So coming across the back, I think the easiest way to do this is this. So what you basically want to do, right, coming across the back of this build, you can see that we have this row of spruce wood. Well, you want to go right at the spruce wood and you want to copy the material that you have down below. So for instance, you can see if we go right at this bottom spruce wood, the material that we have down below us is an oak wood. So if we copy that, go to the right, place an oak wood. We go right, we see the material down below us, it's actually a spruce wood, place a spruce. There's nothing here for this next one, leave a gap, then go right, place a spruce. Then go right, do 2 oak wood planks, 1, 2, then place a spruce, 2 oak wood, spruce, leave a gap, spruce, 2 oak wood, spruce, then 1 oak wood plank, leave a gap of 3 or 1, 2, 3 glass, and then do an oak wood plank, spruce, 2 oak wood, 1 spruce, gap, spruce, 2 oak wood, 1 spruce, 2 planks, 1 spruce, gap, 1 spruce, 1 oak wood. Do you guys see what I've done there? It should be very, very simple to see what we've actually done. We've just copied the material directly below us. Well, not directly. If you ignore the horizontal row of spruce that is the framework, then we've copied the material below us. We want to take every single one of those and we want to add a layer of oak wood or spruce wood or whatever it is on top of the row that we've just done to make the row as high as the row of 4 spruce wood that we have on the very left and the very right. So you just want to copy what we have on the left and the right of us, and we'll eventually end up with a nice pretty solid wall here at the back of the house. I was going to do this a little bit differently actually, but I think it's just easier to do it like this. So what we'll end up with eventually, it should look a little bit like that, and that doesn't look too bad whatsoever now, does it? So now that that back bit is taken care of, why don't we move on to the sides a little bit? So when we come to the sides here, the sides aren't any different. The sides are actually the exact same. So if we move from the back of the build to the front of the build and we take each one of these rows of spruce and we copy the same materials that we have just slightly below us, we want to do, what's this? This is 2 oak wood, then a spruce. We want to leave a gap, which is kind of difficult here, but we want to leave a gap, and then we want to place a spruce. Then we want to place 2 oak, then a spruce. Then we want to do 2 oak wood going right, then a spruce. Then we want to leave a gap, then place a spruce. Then we want to do 2 oak wood, spruce, 2 oak wood, spruce, leave a gap, spruce, 2 oak wood, spruce, and then we just want to do a layer of oak wood connecting to the front. So as you can see, once again, we've taken the materials that we have just down below us and we have the exact same effect. And of course, we want to take each one of those blocks and we want to add 3 more rows on top of them until they are as high as the other rows. And not only will we do this on this side, but of course what we do to one side we must do to another. So we'll go all the way over to that opposite side and we will play the same game. And this is actually going to be really easy to add detail in afterwards. The house is actually looking pretty nice by the time. If we just stuck a roof on this, it'd actually look quite nice indeed. But that is what we are looking at right now, guys. That is what we want to have. Now once you've done that on that side, we now want to move over onto this side, don't we? And we want to do the same thing. So we want to take this spruce wood and we want to do 2 oak wood coming back, then a spruce, then we want a gap, spruce, then 2 oak wood, then a spruce, yep, then 2 oak, spruce. If I do remember correctly, we now have a gap, then a spruce, yep, and then 2 oak wood, spruce, 2 oak, spruce, leave a gap, spruce, destroy that, and then 2 oak wood. So once again, we've followed the same sort of logic here, and we will add on top of each one of those blocks the previous. So we just want to add on layers and layers and layers, and like I said, this will make adding detail very easy once we move on to this next bit. It's going to actually I think we'll do the roof before we add any detail, because the roof is such a pain. It really is. I think we'll do the roof before we do anything crazy. But that is what this side of the house looks like. That is exactly what you're after. I don't know what else to tell you. So once you've got that sorted out, we're now going to move to the front of the build here, and we now want to connect the front left hand side to the front right hand side. I know, very fearsome. So what we want to do is we want to take this bottom right hand corner block of like this row 4 that we have here, and we want to do a row of oak wood that comes back and it sits inside the framework like this, and it wants to move over to the right like this. It wants to move all the way over to the right, and we'll actually connect it to the right hand side, just so that we kind of have something to work with. So we'll just connect it to the right hand side like that. So now we have a row of oak wood, yeah? However, the thing is, we also want to make sure that the same pattern that we have down below on the front left hand side and the front right hand side move upwards. So we want to knock out these 3 blocks, and we want a spruce here, and we want a gap here, and then we just want to add a row of 1, 2, 3 on top of these blocks, 1, 2, and 3 on top of these, and we want the same thing on the opposite side as well. We want to have spruce wood here, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we want to add our rows of oak wood planks everywhere else. And this is actually creating a very, very nice solid foundation for our build. It's creating a very nice foundation. I'm liking this a lot. I was going to build this house in a completely different way, but this is actually a lot easier. I'm very glad that I decided to do things this way. So we want to end up with something that should look exactly like this so far. Now we are going to focus on the main roof. Then we'll do all of the other bits. So the main roof is quite simple. The main roof begins on the front left-hand side of the build. It goes all the way around to the right front hand side of the build, and it goes all the way around the back. We want to start by making the very edge of the roof dark oak wood stairs. So the very front edge of the roof is actually made out of dark oak wood stairs like this, and it wants to wrap around, and the roof actually wants to overhang the front of the build by 1 row. The center of the roof is going to be made out of oak wood stairs. The part that overhangs is going to be dark oak wood stairs, and like I said, like the edge of the roof is going to be made out of dark oak wood stairs. So just give you guys a little bit of a teaser for how this is going to look. It's going to look a little something like this, except the middle part of the roof will of course be oak wood stairs. So not only do we want the dark oak wood stairs to wrap around the house, but we also want the same thing with the oak wood stairs like this, and it wants to wrap around in a very similar fashion to the dark oak wood, and we still want to have the dark oak wood stairs overhang the entire build by 1 row. So it wants to look a little something, and this is just the front, and we'll get to the sides in a second. It wants to look a little something like this. You can kind of see how the roof is going to build up nicely like that, right? So once we've got that taken care of, we can now begin building the rest of the roof. So the rest of the roof is actually quite simple in that we just want to wrap a row of dark oak wood stairs all the way around the top of the build. We want to connect one side to the other in the exact same way that I have just described to you. So we want to connect it going all the way around like this. It will take a second or two to do because it is quite a big roof, and we just want to have something which should look like that. And then we want to build up the rest of the roof by doing layers of oak wood stairs that wrap around the back of the roof. The back of the roof is very, very simple. I also happen to think that the front of the roof is also very, very simple as well. The only weird thing about this roof is the fact that we have a little bit of like, where the porch area is, we have a little bit of like an overhang sort of deal. It's a little tricky-ish to do, but I'm sure that we'll manage to do it because everything else in the tutorial so far has actually went very, very easy and very, very smoothly. So I'm hoping that the rest of this is actually going to be very, very simple. So we have just, what, a few more rows of stairs? Yep, literally a few. We have just 3 more rows of stairs to do, and this is going to be the oak wood stairs, and then we'll have to go to the front of the build, and we'll have to wrap it around the front, and later on, I won't do this, I don't think I'll do it on recording, we have to put a top to the house, which is going to be a bed of dark oak wood slabs that sits directly on top. I'll show you how to do it and everything, even though it doesn't really need to be shown. It's very, very obvious. I'm sure that you guys have already figured out how you're going to put a top on this build anyway, but we will be working on that ever so slightly later. We're not going to do that bit because it's very, very boring to do, but the rest of the build is actually easier, I think. I think it's a little bit better if we already have the majority of the roof on, hence why we are doing this. So we're just going to do that. And, of course, what we want to have is underneath the overhanging dark oak wood stairs, we want to have upside down dark oak wood stairs to create a nice roof effect that looks great. And in the top center spot, place an upside down dark oak wood stairs facing towards you. That's how you get around that. So we just want to have all of this. And now you can see how the roof is kind of put together like that. It looks very, very nice and natural. Now what we want to do is this, and this is where things get a little bit tricky. So we want to put a roof down on top of here, right? We want the middle front part of the roof to come down, and we want to meet it on top of where this porch is. So what we're going to do is we are going to place a row of dark oak wood slabs that goes on top of this outward porch entrance, and it wants to go from left to right like this. That's how it wants to do it, like that, right? Just sat on top of there. We want to then have it overhang the front of the build by one row, like this. And we also want to extend these slabs outwards by one row either side. So those slabs are overhanging the build, or overhanging the porch, to the right by 2 rows and to the left by 2 rows. Now what we want to do is we want to connect the roof up above down below. It's easier to do it from the top to the bottom. So we're going to take the row of stairs that would connect down to the bottom of the porch, and we're going to do a dark oak wood stair 1 row below and 1 row in front of the previous row of stairs. And we're going to keep doing that until we would naturally connect to the porch. So it turns out that we can't actually have an additional row of dark oak wood stairs or dark oak wood slabs as I would like. Unfortunately, we have to feed in a bed of stairs. We could actually just... No, we would. It seems as though that this first initial row, we're going to get rid of that, which is okay anyway. I'm going to do a row of dark oak wood stairs directly behind the row of dark oak wood slabs, and then I'm going to, just as I did on that side, I'm kind of going to like create the end of the roof. And hopefully you guys can see how we've done this. We just want to connect one roof down from the other like that. That is that side, fairly simple, and that is that side, which will give you this effect. Now, if you want to then create a pattern in the roof, it's actually a bit easier if we take like the roof and we just make it dark oak wood stairs first. In the original version of this, I made like a little pattern, like an oak wood triangle, which I kind of like. So it all starts with the bottom center stair block, which is right here, if you delete that, and then the one above it, fan it out by 1 row, then the row above that, fan it out by 1 row, then the row above that, delete that, fan it out by 1 row, and then the row above that, like this, you guys can see this, fan it out by 1 row. And then you can actually replace those with oak wood stairs if you like, or you could not have a pattern. I'm kind of torn on whether I like the pattern anyway, so it's kind of up to you whether you want to add that. But you might find that a pattern is something that you want to add. It kind of points to the entrance as well, which is kind of like a nice little added bonus, I suppose. So there you go. Also, something that you might want to do is you might want to then fill in the gaps of the porch here. You might want to fill in the gaps of the porch using like a mixture of spruce wood and like oak wood. So where you would actually have gaps in the porch, you might want to fill these in. And you may even want to add some upside down dark oak wood stairs to the overhanging stairs, which is going to be quite tricky. You got to get in a variety of places, but that is that side done. And if we come to the opposite side, we can do the same thing. So if we do like a spruce wood base with like an oak wood top like this, and then if we place upside down dark oak wood stairs behind all of those like this, like that, and then here as well. Yeah, that looks good. And then we can place like an oak wood plank here, and that will give us that. There we go. That's absolutely wonderful. Now, once that is taken care of, what we can now do is this. So we now want to add a couple of things to the house which weren't added. No, actually, you know what? What we'll do first is we'll take what already exists and we will enhance it. So on the front of the house and around a lot of the house, you'll notice that you have these columns of spruce wood, don't you? You have a lot of these like columns of spruce wood with empty space in between them. You might be wondering to yourself, what do you want to do to these columns of spruce wood with empty space in between them? Well, what you want to do is you want to extend them out one row forward in front of themselves like this. So add a row in front of them. That accounts for the top and the bottom. You want to add a row in front of them. It might be easier to work from the top when it comes to the second floor row of them. So you want to have something which should look like that. You might want to then add like an upside down dark oak wood stair like down below in the center of them, and you might want to add, say, like a regular dark oak wood stair at the top, maybe with just the bottom set. Add some glass in between those, and there you will have some windows. It is basically as simple as that. If you want to make them look a little bit fancier, what you can do is like you can destroy the bottom row of spruce, place upside down dark oak wood stairs at the bottom with a dark oak wood slab in between them, and you can do the reverse thing at the top. So you could place dark oak wood stairs with like a dark oak wood slab in between them at the top. If you want to make that look a little bit fancier, it kind of depends, because you're getting into what I would call like a more modern-ish design when you start doing that. But there you go. That is what you want to do to the front left-hand window and the front right-hand window. And as a matter of fact, that's exactly what you want to do to pretty much every single other window that you come across in this fashion. So if you see these around the house, which is what we're now going to do, we're going to go all the way around the house, and we are going to kind of like add things to this. Then you're going to want to take the windows that we have right here and the windows that we say have on the sides as well. So if we come to the sides, we want to do the same thing here as well. So we want to take the tops and the bottom of the windows, if you like this effect, and we want to do like the stairs effect of with them. So I'm just going to do the stairs effect here, here, and I want to connect them together using slabs like this here, and here, and here, and here, and here. It's so annoying when you include the slabs and the stairs. Then we're just going to add the spruce wood in front like this, and that of course wants to move all the way up to the top. It actually creates a really cool level of depth. Like with the second floor ones, I never really intended to do this to the second floor as I was designing this place, but I found they added like a cool level of depth to add, and that's all we're doing. We're just adding some depth to this actual build, and we even want to have it here as well, like where this little entrance is, we want to add this. So we just want to have something which should look like that. This is actually a fully functional balcony area, so if you want to add some oak wood planks to the base of this, kind of like that, and then add like some blocks for like oak wood fence to grip onto, and then like place some oak wood fence in between. We've just placed 3 of them unknowingly in the wrong spot, but if you want to place like a little oak wood fence, then you create a really cool balcony area on the sides, and that is actually the entrance to get out. And I'm just going to add glass everywhere else, and it is going to I'm going to come over here. We're going to add glass everywhere else, and it will create a really nice effect. So what was once like a little bit of a boring side of the mansion, we've just enhanced it a little bit, and it doesn't take too much to do. So that's that side. If we come to the opposite side, we can do the same thing. So on this side, first of all, I'm just going to fill in the base of this, the balcony area, with oak wood planks. I'm going to add some spruce wood on the corners here like this. I'm going to place some oak wood fence in between like that. I'm going to... Why is that row destroyed? I don't know what happened there. I'm going to place a row of spruce wood popping outwards like this. And I also want to have the effect of the dark oak wood stairs. I'm going to move the slabs and the stairs closer together because it's doing my head in. I'm going to place that there, there, and there, and there. And I want to do the same thing just towards the front. I just want the cool effect with the stairs because it does kind of add... for whatever reason, I think it makes the build look ever so slightly more modern to have this. I don't know why it is. It just seems like a more modern-ish touch. But what it does do is it creates another block within the build. It adds another color to what would otherwise be like the same 2 colors that you're using using throughout a lot of the build anyway, and it just adds a lot, little something extra to look at. It's just like another thing that's like, hey, that's just ever so slightly more detailed. That person has obviously put in a little bit more effort than the average bear. So we just want to have something which should look like that. And those are like both of the sides of this place done. So that's the left-hand side, that's the right-hand side. That is exactly what we're going for. Now, once you've got that taken care of, we can now move towards the back of the build, which is where things get less fun. I really don't want to do the back of this build, but we've got to do it anyway. So, first of all, we have 4 more of these areas to do. I'm going to make them different on the back. So, where we have all of the rows of spruce wood with the spaces in between them, I'm this time just going to add spruce wood on the left and right-hand sides, and I'm going to separate them in the middle here. I'm going to separate them with, I don't want a spruce, maybe like an upside down dark oak wood stair, and I'm going to place an upside down dark oak wood stair at the base and a regular facing dark oak wood stair at the top. No, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll destroy into the roof, and I'll place, and I'll have the spruce wood extend upwards, and I'll have the dark oak wood stairs in between. So now we have a cool effect in which the roof is kind of working around the house. Like this, it looks kind of cool like that, don't you think? As a matter of fact, I'll make this center block just completely dark oak wood plank, and then I'll add all of the glass pane to it as I've been doing previously, like this. So that's just one. We're going to do the same thing here. So just in case you've forgotten what we're going to do, we're going to extend the spruce out, destroy the top block so that it feeds into the roof like this. Then we're going to make the center block dark oak wood slab, we'll make the bottom block dark oak wood stairs, and then we will add in the layers of glass pane, and that way we have a really nice balanced back. Yeah, I actually really do quite like that a lot. So there we go, and we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. We want to do our spruce wood coming upwards like this, and here, and move up. And I'm going to add in the rows of spruce just here on this side too. Destroy that, move it all the way up. And I want to now add the upside down dark oak wood stairs like this, and we already have the regular facing ones, and then we just want to add the dark oak wood slabs to create dark oak wood planks, and I'm now just going to add the glass in all of these areas, and it is going to create a very, very nice, very nice effect coming across the back of the house. However, we are missing a couple of things when it comes to the back. So the back actually has quite a few balconies to it. So first of all, we'll take care of the back entrance and the central back balcony. We want to take out our spruce wood, and we want to take, like, this is the center of the back. We want to take this bottom right-hand corner spruce wood of this column of spruce wood, like, you know, where we have these window designs. We want to take this spruce wood and we want to extend it forwards by 2 rows. 1, 2. Then to the right by 1 row. Then towards us by 1 row. We then want to extend it to the right by 3. 1, 2, 3. We then want to do a row of 3 stairs. 1, 2, 3. Then we want to do 4 spruce wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then move back by 1, right by 1, connect backwards. So we want to have this sort of shape right here. So we want to have that shape, and then we want to fill the center of it in with oak wood planks. So we're just going to fill this in with oak wood planks right here, and it's going to give us a nice little porch area. We want the same thing, by the way, where you have the same line, like the halfway point of the house. We want the same sort of like balcony design here, in the exact same shape as we've already done, and we want to have something which should look like that, if that makes sense. So you can see here that we want to have like the same shape just above where the halfway point of the house is, and we also want to fill the center of this in with oak wood planks. So I'm just going to fill all of this in with oak wood planks like this, and we can destroy the glass that we used earlier to kind of remind us that this is where the back of the house is, where the like back entrance is. We can also add some oak wood fence going around those layers of spruce wood. So we can add some oak wood fence going around some layers of spruce wood like this. And you can even, like, at the bottom, if you want to distinguish it a bit, you can even, like, add a couple more blocks of spruce to make it look a little bit different. And something else that we're going to do, actually we'll do that later. So that is the center part taken care of. We do have a part on the left and right hand side to add now, right? So this is only for the upper parts. We want to take the inward spruce wood blocks that touch the dark oak wood planks. So what we want to do is we want to take these two spruce wood blocks and we want to extend them outwards by 1, then inwards by 1, then outwards by 1, connect them together like this. Then I'm going to add a layer of oak fence on top of this, like that. I'm going to fill the base of this in with oak wood planks, like this. And then I'm going to destroy a gap big enough that you can walk out on top of the balcony. If you like, you can also connect the balcony downwards to the ground with a couple of rows of spruce wood. Maybe like that. It's up to you. Do the same thing on the opposite side. So on the opposite side, we take these spruce woods that are connected to the dark oak planks. We extend them outwards by 1, inwards by 1, outwards by 1, together. Then we want to fill the base of it in with oak wood planks so you can actually walk around the thing. We then want to place oak fence going around this. Then we want to have a gap big enough that we can walk in and out. And we can also connect it downwards to the actual floor. So we want to have something which should look a lot like this. Now, all we have to do is we just have to customize the doors a little bit. So just where the doors are, place a row of dark oak wood slabs that go from left to right above the door. This is the same thing that you want to do on the second floor, by the way. And once you've done it to the entire second floor, you can also do a similar thing on the first floor. So just make it so that you have just enough space to walk in. Is that enough? Yeah, that's enough. Make it so that you have just enough space to walk into the build, like this. And then decorate the area by placing, say, like oak wood fence in front of the spruce, left and right of the entrance, and that'll make it look as though I don't know, it'll make it look a lot more planned and nicer. Also, fill in any gaps that you may have caused using your oak wood planks now. So if you have any gaps above the entrance, fill those in, add glass in them, do something like that. And that will be the entire back of the mansion, guys. It's a lot of detail to add, but it is a very, very nice back portion of the house. I don't usually focus that much on the backs of houses, but I think I've done a very good job with that one. Now, once you've got that taken care of, we have a lot to do on the front of the build. So, coming to the front of the build, we have 2 areas to add, so like 2 complete areas and a little bit more detail. So, we'll focus on this left-hand side first because we've got a big balcony to add. So, first of all, we are going to want to take the bottom front left-hand corner of the house, take out your dark oak wood slabs, and do a row of 4 dark oak wood slabs coming out of the bottom corner of the house. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend that to the right, and connect it to the other corner, like this. Do a row of spruce above the slabs. You won't be able to place it directly above the slabs, you'll leave half a row's gap, which is fine. Do a layer of oak wood fence going around the spruce, like this. Just do a layer of oak wood fence going around the spruce, like so. Now, we want to open up this area here. We want to open it up and create like a little bit of a terrace that we can walk out. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to delete this oak wood and I'm going to move it 1 block backwards because I'm not liking the layer of depth that we have. So I've completely deleted that area. I'm going to first of all add a layer of oak wood planks on the left and a layer of oak wood planks on the right, like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a layer of glass that goes all the way around the inside of this. Like, well, not like that because I placed them incorrectly, but like that. Then I want to create an actual entrance way. So I'm going to place a spruce wood at the bottom of each one of the two sides of the entrance. I'm going to place an oak fence on top of these, and then I'll place upside down oak wood stairs above these. And I'll connect them together using oak wood slabs, which is actually a material that we don't have right now. And then I can feel free to... I'll leave that open, actually. No, I won't leave that open. What am I going to do? I'll tell you what. We can place some, like, some spruce wood behind this. So we can, like, add a spruce wood backing. And that'll probably look quite nice. Maybe even at the top. There we go. We can still walk out onto it. Yeah, that's actually quite nice. And then we just have to fill the base of this little balcony portion in here. It's quite enclosed. That's what I like about this. We can just fill this in with oak wood planks, and there you can just have a nice secret-ish balcony. Now, if we move upwards, we'll make a similar entrance to what we have down below. So, we'll do a layer of white stained glass block on the left and the right, and it will be a row of 4 high. So this will be 1 row inwards as well. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to extend it to the right. This is 1 block inwards, guys, to create a level of depth. I'm going to do that. I'm going to connect the 2 stairs together, the 2 base stairs together using dark oak wood slabs to create like a bit of a separation. And then I think, you know what, I'll fill the rest of the top of this in with glass as well. I'm kind of winging this a little bit. And then we'll fill the top of this in with glass as well, like that. Then we have to create an entranceway here. So I think I'll start off by doing like the spruce wood entrance. So just like this, a very, very simple entrance. And then in front of this, we can have like spruce wood down at the bottom of the entrance with oak wood fence on top of the spruce, upside down oak wood stairs connected together with oak wood slab, and that'll create a nice entrance. But what we've also got to do is create a bit of a balcony. So if we take these 2 blocks here that kind of connect like this window on the second floor of the house, if we take these spruce wood blocks that it's connected to, and we do say 2 oak wood slabs coming out in front of each one of these blocks, and then maybe like move them inward. No, we'll do 3 blocks, yeah? Then we'll make them move inwards by 1 block, then outwards by 1 block, then together. But I'm not sure if that balcony then is perhaps a little too wide. Maybe we'll shrink it in by 1 block. So why don't we just shrink it in by 1 block like this, and we'll have a very shallow balcony. We'll have some like oak wood planks. We'll have a very small balcony is what I wanted to say. And then we'll have oak wood fence going around it. So you literally just have enough room to walk out on top of this one. I don't want it to supersede the front of the house, but there you go. You get a pretty cool effect from that. You'll see that better as you light up. Plus, you get this nice effect here. You get to see the oak wood down below. But that's what you want to do. Now, once you've got that sorted out, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to come to the front right-hand side of the house. This bit I've been putting off a little bit. I don't know why I've been putting off, but I have. So you want to take the front bottom right-hand corner of the house, which is this spruce wood block, and you want to extend it forward by 8 rows. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like that. Then go up on top of this block by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you want to place a spruce wood slab on top of this and connect it back to the house, like that. You want to then take this row of spruce that we have on the left-hand side here, just right of the window, and you want to do the same thing. You want to take this bottom corner spruce, you want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then go up on top of that block by 1, 2, 3, and 4, same as we did on that side, then do a dark oak wood slab and connect it to the actual house itself like that. Yep, that looks pretty nice to me. You can even connect them together left to right, by the way. Then what we're going to do is we are going to add a layer of glass that sits inside and around the layer of dark oak wood slabs that we've placed. So I'm going to do a layer of white stained glass block that is 1 row inwards and 1 row below, or just directly below really, the dark oak wood slabs. Then I'm going to do a layer of dark oak wood slabs in front of the bottom half of the white stained glass block, like this. Then I'm going to fill the left and right hand side of this in with oak wood planks, like this. So that's the right hand side, and then this is the left hand side, like this. Like that. And we want to fill the front of this thing in. This is a garage, so we'll place something like a stone brick in the very center of the garage. This is going to be 1 block inwards in the center, and then we'll build up layers of oak wood stairs around and on top of this. So this is going to be the door. Oak wood stairs will actually look quite good as a door. However, you can use stone, maybe. I wouldn't use stone. I wouldn't like the look of stone, but you can use something for the door other than oak wood if you want. And something that I like to use as like a garage door opener is like a cobblestone wall. I like that, but also like a tripwire hook looks quite good as well. Button, that sort of thing. So we want to have this sort of effect right here. Looks quite nice. What we're now going to do is we are going to do what we did over here, we're going to do to over here. So we're going to begin by placing a layer of white stained glass block around the inside of this. And it wants to be a row of 4 white stained glass block like this. Then we're going to connect the dark oak wood stairs together. At the bottom, we'll connect the bottom row of dark oak wood stairs together. Then I'm going to fill the top of this in with white stained glass block just to have it nice and filled in. Looks good as well. And then it's time to create a doorway, which can easily be created by using some spruce wood. If we go all the way inside of the glass here, which is 1 block backward, so it's actually kind of difficult to do, but if we just do that, then we take the bottom left and bottom right hand spruce woods, we place blocks in front of them, we then place oak wood fence on top, upside down oak wood stairs on top, and then oak wood slabs on top of that. Then we just have to put a top on this garage, so preferably just place some oak wood planks or something like that just below the white stained glass block and fill in the top of the garage using, you know, a material like that. It doesn't have to be that if you don't want it to. Then we just have to place some spruce woods that connect downwards from the entrance here, and we just have to place some oak wood stairs like this that lead down from like the entrance down to the balcony. And in doing that, we will find that we have to add a few more additional oak wood plank blocks just to even things out and to kind of like just fill in the gaps like this. But once we've done that, I can exit through the front, can't I? I can just crack open this door. But once we've done that, we've pretty much taken care of the entire front of the house. Yeah, that's pretty much the entire front of the house. We've almost finished this. The last little tip that I would give you, by the way, just because it looks nice. Hanging off of the front ends of the porch, place a dark oak fence with a glowstone underneath, with wooden trapdoors around the glowstone, and that will create a very nice effect. It's basically just some nice hanging lanterns. It gives it a little bit of a more homely feel. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just very, very nice. It definitely adds a little something to the build that you wouldn't have otherwise. Plus, I mean, it adds a little bit of a light source to it. So that is the front of the house complete. The only thing that I'm going to include in this tutorial now, and this is the last thing that I would recommend doing, filling in the roof with dark oak wood slabs. It's going to take you a while. It will take a really long time to do this. You've got to fill in the entire roof, the entire top of the roof, with dark oak wood slabs that are half a row higher than the actual oak wood stairs that you have just below you. So you're going to be at that for a little while, and make sure that the dark oak wood slabs come forwards and they kind of like put a tops to the roofs that you have on the left and right hand side, and then connect them together. Now, I'm not going to include me doing that on the recording. However, I am now going to flip back to the original version of this, and I just want to talk about the last couple of things that you might want to do to the house. So that is the top of your wooden mansion. That is how it will end up looking. I'm sure you guys could have figured that out anyway. However, just a couple of things that I want to mention when it comes to the outside. If you want to give your mansion a nice clean appearance, then do consider adding like a little bit of brickwork to the outer part of the porch, like where you walk up to the entrance. Have it sink into the ground a little bit, add a little bit of depth. I'd do the same thing with where the garage is. I'd just add a little bit of stone bricks to the garage. It just makes a nice little effect. Also, add some leaves and stuff around your mansion. You can just add some leaves sparingly around the mansion. You don't have to use loads of them. And it just adds a bit of colour, and it just makes it look a little bit more homey, if you ask me. If you add some artificial grass to your mansion, the lime hardened clay and the green hardened clay, it'll look very, very nice. If you just add it in rows, it'll make the mansion look cleaner, it'll make it look nicer. These are all just suggestions. That is all I have to tell you about the outside of your mansion. When it comes to the inside of your mansion, the ground floor of your mansion is exactly where you would expect it. Like directly behind the entrance. You guys can figure out where the ground floor is, I'm sure. And the second floor of your mansion is where the balconies lead from or lead onto, whichever way you look at it. That is what you're working with in terms of space for the upstairs, and we've already seen the downstairs, so you guys can figure out now where the floors go, I'm sure. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is my big huge wooden mansion that's really hopefully quite easy to make. It does take a long time though, it is big. Hopefully you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please do remember to smack that like button. I would really appreciate it. I honestly would. Helps me out no end. It really does. If you do like the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you subscribe, say hello down there in the comment section, and please do click the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all of my videos sent directly to your sub box. And if you do enjoy the channel and you do all of those things, consider commenting and let me know also what you would like to see in the future. We have a lot of builds around here, and all of them are due to suggestions made by you guys, so do let me know. If you want to check out any more of the channel, all of my various vast builds of all types of houses, ranging from wooden houses, modern houses, suburban, all sorts, check out the card system and the description below, and in there you will just find an insane amount of playlists with so many houses. It would keep you busy for weeks and months on end. It really would. I bet you've got if you were to build everything that I've built, I think it'd take you years, because that's how long it's taken me. So in those playlists, you can find all sorts of modern houses. You can even find city builds. If you checked out the city builds playlist, you'd figure out how to build this awesome modern apartment complex. It'd show you how to make stuff like this awesome modern house. It'd even show you how to make stuff like this, which actually isn't on the channel yet, this particular build, but I like this build a lot. This is a nice garden-themed house. It's very nice. But you guys get the idea. Check out the suburban house playlist for suburban houses, city build playlist for city builds, wooden house playlist for wooden houses, so on and so forth. We have so many builds on the channel, you will be lost for what to do. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you had a great time making this. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.